something going on. I feel funny, can't tell me nothing different. My nose twitching, intuition setting in like Steve Vision. I still close my eyes, I still see visions. Still hear that voice in the back of my mind. So what I do, I still take heed, I still listen.
Miko Football and Friends.
What up? My friend laughing in the back. What up, though? This is episode 187 of the iHeartMikoPodcast. I'm Miko Grimes. I am in Los Angeles, California, running away from my family for a week. Just kidding. I came out here to see a concert with my friends, with college and everything, and of course, I still have to do my podcast. You guys have been enjoying the Football and Friends episodes, so we're keeping it going this week. We have the featured game this week is the Dallas Cowboys versus the Philadelphia Eagles. Man, what a rivalry, man. I hope y'all came to talk some shit because I brought a couple shit talkers with me. First of all, Brent Grimes is joining me per usual. What's up, baby daddy?
Not much, chilling.
Now, I know you from Philly and everything. And
yeah,
I know we got one of your bearded homies with us.
I see him.
But
Big beard in the
I'm
building.
I'm testing you to see if you're really from Philly when we start talking about these Eagles now. Speaking of the Eagles, we got Proof joining us live from Philadelphia. First time on the podcast. You were referred to us by my friend AO. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Now, are you a shit talker like AO?
I mean, he wouldn't have referred me for nothing.
Okay. I see you
The
got the
reference must
beard.
have came kind of high.
You said what now?
I say he must have had me highly regarded because he called me. I'm like, oh, shit.
Yeah. He told me, he was like, oh, I know the perfect person. I'm going to have him. I'm like, ooh. You know, because he was busy. He said AO talks cash shit on this podcast. Like, win, lose, or draw about the Eagles. And I know my boy Dorell Wright is win, lose, or draw about his Cowboys. What's up, DWright?
Hey, man, I'm chilling. Thank you for having me.
Now, this is your first time coming on to talk football. You've been on me a couple of times talking basketball. So are we going to get that same energy now that it's a different sport?
Yeah, same energy, but listen, I'm not a delusional fan, so I'm going to just, all facts. That's it.
So you're not a typical Cowboys fan then?
Exactly. I know when we butt and when we not.
Well, both of y'all is butt right now, 3-3. But when we get to those games, I'm going to let y'all talk y'all shit. We're going to determine who's going to win. Y'all know the routine. We're going to stay in order. Like it's like a professional show, but it's ratchet.
Got it.
You get to talk your shit, say what you want, touch it, everything. We encourage arguing. Even if your point bad, argue your point.
Got it.
All right. Now, the first subject that we need to get into is called In the News. This is when we kind of talk about things that are not football related. One of the first things I wanted to talk about is Tatiana Jefferson. I know that you guys heard about her. She was a woman who was in Fort Wayne, Texas, babysitting her 8-year-old nephew at her, I think it was the grandmother's house, and one of the neighbors called the police, called the non-emergency line, and said the front door was open and the lights were on. They just wanted somebody to go check on the house. Well, a police officer, I don't like giving these niggas just having credit, but he went through the back door. Front door is wide open, lights on. He went around the back and saw a shadow in one of the bedroom windows and said, "Show me your hands," and shot one shot through the window and killed her. Now, before he could get fired, he resigned. And the reason he did that is because then he doesn't get arrested as a police officer. He's a regular person, so he can be tried in a different way as long as he resigns. So they allowed him to resign. They knew that. They knew what was going on.
I didn't know that.
It's a fucking going on. But I wanted to get you guys' opinion on, the state of police culture, just in America in general.
Well, I always say that it all traces back to police officers not really being trained. See, that situation, that police officer, it's other factors like race and things like that. And this guy could just wanted to kill a black person. You never know. You would have to know him personally to know that. But I believe that a lot of cops aren't trained. And I know this because I know people that wanted to be a police officer, and it was not hard to do. So when somebody that's not trained gets put in high stress situations, like involve guns, it could be life or death situations, they're going to panic. and shoot through shoot through doors and just kill people out of just pure fear, just panicking and not being able to handle situations. And that's what I think the major problem is with police officers.
You guys go ahead and chime in whenever you're ready if you have some.
Yeah, I kind of feel there's a lot of different things factoring in with that. I'm not really, I seen the video. He asked to see her hands. He fired off a shot, boom. But like Brent was saying, a lot of them dudes be bitches. They be scared. They go somewhere. Yeah, they be a lot. And don't get me wrong. I can't say what I would do if I was the cop and I'm thinking about my daughter in the back of my head. But I won't say, I don't have enough evidence to say he had malicious intent to kill a black person. I think it's more of him fucking up and panicking, like Brent said. I mean, it's dark, the door is wide open. He got the flashlight. He's like, oh, let me see your hands now. It was a non-emergency call, but they said dude was on the job for 1 year. Like, he's still fresh. Like, if we're going to be honest. But, the state of relations with police and black people right now is not too good. I don't think this helped at all.
All right. And just to piggyback on what those guys said, I think a lot of these guys be scared. They come into our communities and they don't know what they're gonna see, what they're gonna get. So they already in panic once they arrive. So it's just sad as hell to see this often. Not a few times. It's happening all the time. Now, being a city kid from LA, take kids to the other hood and drop you off there. I'd rather do that than use a gun every single time you feel like you're in fear. So it's just sad as hell to see all the time that these police officers aren't trained, aren't coming from our communities, and they don't know how to speak to us.
Yeah, I understand the whole training thing. Obviously, they need police officers. They will give anybody a gun and a badge. And my problem with it is you can't, calling them a police officer. They're not officers. They haven't done anything to earn that name. Being an officer is like a high-ranking thing. These are cops. These niggas is cops. They think this is Call of Duty, or they keep saying they fear their life. But when a civilian, someone like me, fears my life and actually somebody, no one cares. The system doesn't care. So why do they get such a big ass every time they have a moment of being human? And they're the ones that have the badge and the gun. And that's truly what the problem is. It's our system. We need to throw the whole system away and start over, because if we don't, then we're just going to keep getting killed. And I'm just waiting for the day that we go check back. I'm with all those shit. I'm with
we already know
of doing all the dirtiest shit to cops. With it.
That's gonna be a hard bargain, man.
Right.
That's And by the way, it's somebody's mic has mad feedback. I hear.
Yes, you hear it? I think it's Dorell.
Somebody. Yeah, you hear it.
Can you turn it down? Is it up loud or something?
Let me see. How was that?
There we go. Right there. That's perfect.
See, I was hearing that in the beginning too, and I thought it was just me.
My bad.
I didn't hear it.
I heard it. It was loud as shit, but it's cool. That's what I like about this podcast. It's shit.
My bad.
But I think that it should be like this. Like, this is just my opinion. I feel like if a police officer kills your kid or your mom or anything, you gotta go kill their kid or their mom or whoever. And let's just see
eye for eye.
Eye for eye. And then let's just see if they calm the fuck down when they pull up in our community and pull out guns on our people. That's how you calm niggas down, when you allow them to see exactly what you're doing to other people. When it happens to you, that's the only way people can understand what the fuck going on.
I'm the man, Whitey, and you guys are the victims of a tyrannical, racist, oppressive society.
Black cops fuck with us more than white cops.
We got a call of a burglary here? Yeah, that was about an hour ago.
Whoa, we didn't ask you that.
Yeah, them too.
The stuff that the shit they show you on TV is to hurt your emotions and your heart and to keep you angry. But the shit that actually happened in my neighborhood, the white cops don't. They don't. They do, but around here, the black cops fuck us up worse than the white cops do. This
I
ain't
see a lot of black cops fuck people up.
Yeah,
for sure.
a lot of
100%.
black people that hate
This
their
ain't a
own.
white cop thing.
There's a lot of black cops that hate their own. And you know, I think they're the biggest gang in the world. You know,
The biggest gang.
I don't know about the biggest.
Them and Parking Authority. That's
Government is above them.
right.
For sure.
The parking authority. Y'all got a whole show about the parking authority in Philly. I seen that shit.
Yeah, we did. They got me like 2 weeks ago, man. I went outside and I had one boot on. Like this.
Parking authority ain't fucking around, bro. They gonna get.
Nah, they serious, man. They crooks, man. They the new mob in Philly. It's the police and them. They run the
That's
show.
crazy.
It's bad. It is. It's horrible.
Well, I just hope that, you know, I don't believe justice was served in Botham Jean's murder. That 10 years was not good enough to me. I don't care what nobody says. And now I'm worried that even though this guy's been arrested for murder, that doesn't mean nothing. He could probably get 5 years, you know, anything.
I don't think justice was served as far as like the sentence, but you know, if we just gonna be, you know, all the way straight up and down 6 o'clock, that was a cop. Those were her peers, their colleagues. They're not going to put her in jail for the rest of her life. That's why the minimum mandatory was 5 to 99, meaning once you serve 5 years, you're coming home from jail.
Minimum 5 years.
The judge, they endorsed that judge. You know, so
yeah.
What did we really expect?
It was endorsed by the police.
Yeah, you know, they colleagues. These people go to lunch together at breaks at court. They go over to the mall or whatever's next door, and they go have food and drinks together, and they come back to court. They friends. That's how the shit go.
Sure.
You know, I didn't expect her to get 20 to 40. She wasn't getting that shit.
I didn't even expect her to get convicted if we keeping it all the way real.
I mean, you know, I think that was the one they gave us back. Like, oh yeah, we owe y'all for about 5 or 6.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And, you know, but as far as mandatory minimums go, she got exactly the guidelines of the law. You know, now they probably wouldn't give that to one of us.
Right.
You know,
they're gonna make us an example. Sure.
I just seen a nigga get 90 years for kicking a cop. I think it's
now. I'm wondering if she was on drugs or something, or if she was high, because apparently they was neighbors. One lived upstairs, one lived downstairs. How the fuck did you think you was in your crib?
My nigga, how? How did you even?
I think that was left out. Something was left out. They talking some bullshit. You know, she had to been snorted up or something. Had to be. There's no way you going upstairs and don't recognize your living room furniture. You don't recognize your fucking TV, your lampshade, your plants and shit like that.
Right.
Why is the first act to shoot? Why isn't it to abort? Get out. Back up.
Right. Get the fuck out of my house.
The first act to
like,
shoot,
whoa, okay, let me back out of
person.
here. Like, why are we shooting?
Because she saw a black person. That's why.
Right.
I mean, let's just be honest here.
She saw a whole nigga and she did.
You know,
and then she didn't
what
call
we
the
don't
police.
see though? Cops kill a lot of white people too.
Oh yeah.
The TV can't sell it to us like they sell us black people getting shot.
Yeah.
But they killing
they don't want them to be on our side. That's why.
Yeah, they killing everybody. They killing retards. They killing people with disabilities and shit. Killing people in wheelchairs, black people, Asian. They killing their fucking body.
They
It don't matter. You could be fresh out of mental institution, naked with no gun, and they gonna shoot you.
Right.
And say they fear their life afterwards.
There are situations.
This is
go back to.
You know what? I had an incident. I was driving through my neighborhood a few months ago, and I seen one of the local crazy motherfuckers, and I seen 3 cops, and I just looked like, oh shit, they get ready to kill him. But they handled it very well. To, I guess, you know, they was like, wait a minute, it might be cameras around, but you know, they took it really well, and I was surprised that I even seen that in my neighborhood. But normally they want to whoop ass.
Right. Speaking of whoop ass, the Lakers, the NBA is back.
Oh my God.
How you doing? Lakers whooped the Warriors' ass multiple times in the preseason. Everybody's like, why you don't have a preseason game? The preseason, like teams that are struggling in the preseason, you should be worried. This is the time where if you're supposed to be a contender, you're supposed to be sliding through niggas. Everybody's supposed to look like a well-oiled machine in the preseason, and they do. Everybody's looking good. Everything's feeling good. The Warriors should be worried, Brent. I don't know if you're worried, but we got 2 games Tuesday. I'm doing this because I won't record it before they play, but I wanted to get you guys' opinion on the 2 games that are coming up. We got the Pelicans and the Raptors, the new nigga Zion. Everybody's basically just putting him up there next to God. Did y'all see where he was ranked in the players' rankings and everything?
I missed that.
No, I didn't see it. I'm pretty sure they got him higher.
Where was he ranked?
I think he in the top 20.
Oh, man.
They got Zion ranked really high. I don't understand when he's inexperienced and they got a low-key injury-prone point guard and new system, new everything, and everybody's just like, oh, the Pelicans going to be lit. And then we have the returning champions, the Raptors, who lost Kawhi. They just gave Kyle the 1-year bag, which was sick.
Yeah.
Thank you for everything.
Right. That is we appreciate you deal right there.
For sure.
Yeah. So who do you, Dorell, you played in the NBA, still a current pro. Who do you have winning the Pelicans and Raptors game?
Pelican Raptors, I'll go with the Raptors. The Pelicans are still, fairly young. They still going to have to adjust the plan through mistakes and, just going out there and competing every single day. So I think they're going to have an up and down year, but I'm going to have to go with the Raptors for sure because they still deep. They still got the same team and just missing Kawhi.
Yeah,
Who you got in that game?
I'm going with the same pick. The Pelicans been getting smoked. They show all these highlights of the young boy going crazy, and then they still losing by like 20. Right. So, I mean, I think he looks very good for right now. Plus he got somebody giving him the ball. But I think if, he had to do everything himself, he might not have that much success. But, I mean, he looks really good, and he's jumping over and through every fucking body. It kind of remind you of like how Blake Griffin did when he first came in the league, but I don't know if he's gonna be that nice. Like Blake was disrespecting everybody.
I mean, he has the athleticism, but Blake Griffin's jumper is nothing to brag about either. To me, I don't think Blake Griffin's all. I think he's just very athletic.
No, he got a jumper now.
Blake Griffin got a game. He got a game that's lost in the NBA though. He got a big man game.
Okay, I'm not going to call that a jumper. I don't.
He was shooting good last year.
No, he was shooting really
good.
Like
30-something%.
Garbage minutes. A lot of niggas be getting buckets and garbage minutes.
He can shoot, bro.
He's doing pretty good.
He can shoot.
Against the Pistons. All right, cool. Whatever. Who you got?
I'm going with the consensus right here. I got the Raptors on the strength that the Pelicans are a new team. I feel like they could be exciting to watch because they might get up and down the floor a bit, and that would be fun to watch, but it's going to be some growing pains. And the Raptors, as Dorell said, they got pretty much the same team. Obviously, they lost a main piece, but to knock off a young squad, I feel like they can do that on opening night.
For sure.
I think the Pelicans going to be like the Clippers used to be, like in the early 2000s. Like
exciting to watch.
Rich D. Miles.
It's going to be nice to watch when they had Q-Dog and all of them. You're like, yo, they tough, but they can't beat no fucking body.
They're going to be getting smacked up and down.
Yeah, they're going to be getting stomped. Zion going to get his little dub in 10 and that, you know what I'm saying, or whatever he get, they're going to be getting clocked though, man.
For sure.
Well, the most exciting acquisition of the summer was obviously AD going to the Lakers and Kawhi and Paul George signing with the Clippers. They opened the season. What a fucking awesome way to open the season. Like, just let these two go at it. Let's just see. Early on, let's fucking get it. I got the Lakers, clearly. Who you got?
I got the Lakers. Paul George ain't playing the first game. Shoulders messed up. So I'm gonna go with the Lakers. They gonna come out. Which home is it supposed to be?
Matters
always
no.
Lakers.
It don't
always
right.
Lakers. But I'm just going Lakers on the strength that Paul George's shoulder's still not all the way right.
Also, Paul George was playing, and you would have picked the Clippers.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Oh, go ahead.
He going dick y'all bad. He going dick.
Last year or the year
when they get healthy, listen, I'm a Sixers fan. When they get healthy, Paul George is
a great player, but Paul George
might be top 5 1-on-1. He might be top 5 1-on-1, man. That boy can.
Who cares? There's a lot of niggas that's top 5 1-on-1, but when it's big moments, when it's fourth quarter, when it's time to fucking go, they don't have it.
They got maybe the two best players on offense and defense in the league on their team right now. They both can score and they both can play defense.
Oh, there's no diss at Kawhi now. I'm a Kawhi fan. No shade.
They're gonna be nice.
DWright, what's up?
I'm gonna roll with the Lakers. I don't know, Bron looked like he on another level right now. He slimmed down a little bit. He's not too big. He been quiet the whole summer as far as like just working and not, really giving the haters too much energy. So I really think after his last season, he gonna come out and prove a lot of people wrong once again. And I'm gonna roll with the Lakers for sure.
I don't appreciate his quietness on this whole China situation. Like, I understand that, it's attached to all this. But for me, we look to LeBron because he's always outspoken about any issues of inequality, injustice, First Amendment rights and everything and so forth. For me to see him like basically what he said was wrong to me. Don't LeBron, don't tell me you don't know, you're not informed on what's going on in China, dog. Yes, the fuck you are. We all are. DWright, you know how China's government is ran?
Yeah, I played there for 1 year, and I've been with different sneaker companies over there, so I understand how China is, and it's tough. But I think in his sight, he just not trying to mess up that money for the NBA or itself, because a lot of people are not educated about how China is as far as their support with the athletes, and especially somebody like LeBron. That's one of the big reasons why he went to LA. So I understand where you're coming from as far as being silent, because he understands there's so much money that could be lost. I think one of the players on the team already lost $1 million deal.
Man, that sucks.
Yep.
On that. But, that's what they teach, guys. But like you said, LeBron is the one that he's like our spokesman for the athletes. But I definitely understand where he's coming from, because at the end of the day, you guys support your family, At
the end of the day, it's about the bag. And here's what he should have said. If it were me, and you want to protect the bag, but you also want to let your people know that you stand for all equality, he should have said something like, guess what? Black people have so many more issues in America. I'm going to focus on their issues. I'm going to let China focus on their shit. And if we have time after our shit is right, then I'll address their shit. Right. I could have respected something like that.
I was just getting ready to say, personally, our issues, man, I feel bad about they got the protest, and they got the camps about the Muslims and all that, and I totally agree it's bad, but it don't have shit to do with us. He shouldn't have spoke on it anyway. He knew that was gonna fuck the bag up. I mean, clearly.
But now they're burning his jerseys. You see they burning his jerseys in Hong Kong and everything?
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
And they're gonna be buying them soon as he had 40 again. They're going to be buying them right back soon as he 40 and 15 and 12. They're going to buy the shit again, restock them.
One more
that's just the wait for right now.
Right. One more non-football topic. We watching. I'm sitting here watching Vince Carter go on a world tour. Shoot 5 for 10 for 3. He's getting his little farewell, and Melo just can't get on a roster. DWright, Melo. These are people. Why is he not on a roster? Do you think he deserves a roster spot? Do you think he deserves a farewell? And why isn't it happening?
Yeah, I 100% think he deserves to be on a roster just because of, his portfolio, the things he's done. That's Melo at the end of the day. I think now the game has just changed. The vets, they kind of pushed us out. I was a young vet, coming out of high school. So I got that little drift a little bit earlier, a few years ago, that, they were pushing us out and the game was changing to be younger. And I think a guy like Carmelo, I just think his past has come to haunt him a little bit. Just the fact, when he came out saying how he wasn't coming off the bench. It's the little things that, he did a while ago that's coming back now. So guys like Melo, guys like AI, You know, young guys, you know, they go to them as, you know, vets and stuff. So they don't want the young guys acting like that or taking those bad habits. So I think that's playing in a lot of the cases with Melo. But it's sad as hell to see him go out like that.
Proof. I want to read something to you, and I want to get your opinion on this. I've read a bunch of the comments about an interview he did about not playing, and I want to see what side of these comments you're on. I'm going to read the comments.
Right.
It says some of the comments read, he's an easy Hall of Famer, top 10 best scorer in the last decade, unappreciated because he played in the LeBron era. Some of the other comments said, called him a one-dimensional volume shooter and candidate for most overrated player in the history of the NBA. What side are you on?
What side? First of all, top 10 offensive player this decade, or top 5, or top 3, or top 2, and not number 2.
Oh,
we talking about offense? We talking about offense.
Yeah.
That's what he's saying? They said one-dimensional?
Yeah, they say one-dimensional.
All right, next question.
So clear aside.
Serious? We talking about the same Carmelo Anthony.
Yeah. A lot of people just have a beef with Melo because I think a little bit of it has to do with him not playing defense.
He remind you kind of like Paul Pierce. He was kind of like lazy like that on defense, but I mean, he could clearly one of the most clutch players you're going to ever see in your life. As far as I'm concerned, Kobe, as far as like scorers that I've seen, Kobe and Carmelo that I've seen the past 20 years. Iverson, maybe. We ain't talking about Jordan and shit, but
KD. Don't forget about KD.
KD, of course, KD, but KD don't score inside and outside like Melo. Melo take you under the bucket, layup. You know what I'm saying? He big guard, and go take you out to the 3 and, you know, boop, boop, that shit was special. You know.
What's your opinion of Melo? Sorry, I cut you off, Proof.
It's cool. It's ugly, though. It's
I'm kind of man. I feel like Melo is Melo's dope. Like Melo is dope, but the way the league is going is hard for him to find a spot right now. So nobody's willing to put up with him anymore because he's not the Melo that he's talking about, that Proof talking about. He's not that anymore.
No,
that's just realistic. So they're not willing to put up with the other stuff that they got to deal with, the no defense, the bad attitude, I'm not coming off the bench. And so they just kind of like phasing him out. And that's just what it is. Is he good enough? A still good enough player technically to be on a team? Hell yeah. Hell yeah, he could play on a team. But nobody's willing to but nobody's willing to put up with it.
If I were Melo at this point, I wouldn't even be begging no more. I'd just be like, fuck it, like I'm out. Because it just looks so desperate now. It's embarrassing. It's like scratching up his armor, his legacy armor. And I'm just like, damn, you never want to just get shoved out the league like that, especially when you still feel like you got it. You know, I would just walk away now. I would just be prideful and just walk away and just, you know.
I just think it's bad because I don't think black athletes in either of the, you know, 2 premier sports league, the NFL or the NFL, allowed to express themselves the way they want to without, like, you know, the corporation coming for you. Hey, guess what? You out. We can't express ourselves the way we want to. Remember a few years ago, they banned, and that's what got me with, and I don't even want to really talk about that, but remember they banned touchdown celebrations a few years ago? Mm-hmm. Now, everybody was kneeling for the flag, but who knelt when they did the touchdown, when they banned the touchdown celebrations, and who is that targeted towards? Black people. We the only people that celebrate. Why would you put a league?
They want us to entertain them, but only when they allow it.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, like at the end of the day, all professional athletes, you know, even though we have great influence and all that shit, we're employees. So they're not trying to let their fucking employees take.
You're also corporations as well. You are employees.
No, we are.
We are. Of your own. You have your own lane, your own entity. You know.
That's what they realize too. But they're trying to win that battle. The owners are trying to win that battle. They know that the players have power. They know, and they don't want you to get too much. That's just what it is. And some people like LeBron, they can't really control. Like, that's LeBron.
But that's why they hate him, because he controls, you know, and puts people in play. That's why everybody hate him. But hey.
A lot of power.
Well, that's what they were saying. Why he didn't vouch for Melo to get in the league to get a spot.
And I said,
but he probably did though. That's the thing.
But no, this is what I said, D.
He
I
might
said, if LeBron really wanted Melo on that team, he'd be on the team. Let's just
absolutely and could use him. And could use him. He can come off the bench and play 20 minutes.
For whatever reason, he don't want him on that team. Otherwise, he'd be there. He has the power to put J.R. Smith on the rosters and all kind of shit.
That's my point.
Yeah, for whatever reason, he don't want Melo on the squad. That's just what it is. It's just that's it.
Yeah, it's bad.
Don't want him. So I don't know. I'm gonna stay out of it because he do be left off the cabana. You know.
Oh my gosh.
They gave Melo a rat and a stick and dropped him in the ocean. That's my guy, man. I hate this shit. I hate looking at
You hate it happening to him?
It's bad.
Damn. All right, next segment. We're going to go to week 6 in review. You guys didn't join us last week, but we had AJ Francis and Omar Kelly on. And the highlighted game that week was the Redskins-Dolphins game. And the reason it was highlighted is because it was probably the most important game of the season, because whoever won that game, technically losing it, is still involved in the tank of getting the first round draft pick. And so we all picked, I picked the Redskins to win. Brent picked the Redskins. AJ is the only one to pick the Dolphins. The Redskins obviously won the game. So we were right, Brent. Congratulations.
Of course we won. Nobody tanks. Nobody is bad like the Dolphins, bro. They're the best losers.
God,
and we were at that game. We went to the game, and it was just funny to be there to see both teams trying to lose. Like,
that's crazy.
Nobody wanted to be great, and it was going to wait.
It was funnier as some of the fans don't realize what's going on. Like, that's crazy.
Oh my God!
And they yelling and cussing, I bet.
Hell yeah!
Y'all saw that the two-point conversion at the end that the Dolphins just fucked it up, and in the press conference they asked the coach, like, "Why did y'all call that play?" It's like, "We're gonna stand by whatever plays we call." Nigga, that was the worst 2-point conversion. The nigga wasn't even running towards the end zone. He came back towards the quarterback. They just got slammed. And I was like, this is so embarrassing. Like, we go to the games really just we have a lot of friends that are Dolphins fans, and we just gonna sit through the tank with them and just get drunk with them.
The camaraderie.
That's it, bro. We just kicking it.
Yeah, it's the camaraderie for sure.
Yeah, we just like, fuck it. We gonna ride this tank with y'all. Let's just go for it. Now we on it. Now we on nigga. Tank or die right now.
Right.
Right. Goddamn shame. That's why they went out.
Yeah, the next game was the Bucks and Panthers game. This game was played in London. And I don't know if you guys caught the highlights, but Brent, the very first play of the game, Jameis threw a pick.
That's sick.
And I just was like, okay, this is not a good – I mean, like, literally, the very first play, pick.
He threw 4 more of them bitches, too.
Man, that's ridiculous.
He had 6 turnovers that game.
Yeah, he threw like 5 picks last week, man.
He had 5 picks and a fumble.
Yeah, he fumbled twice, but he recovered one of them.
I told you, I picked the Bucks the week before, and I said I would never trust the Bucks again, and they lost. I knew that. I don't know, bro. It just seemed like they was going to take an L that week.
I like that they were fighting, though. They was fighting. They made a comeback, and then there was another pick with 2 minutes left that kind of sealed the game.
It's a division game. Division games always are tough. You know.
We won that one, though, Brent. The third game was the Eagles and Vikings game. We both picked the Vikings. Look at him over there.
I didn't pick. I picked the Eagles.
Brent picked the Vikings. That's right.
No, I picked the Eagles.
No. You picked the Eagles to win. I picked the Vikings. I was right, and I said Stephon Diggs was gonna run roughshod on him.
He was a problem.
Man, did he?
And he sure enough did exactly that. Proof, was you salty?
Salty. You know what? After I saw that, well, I'm more mad at the coaching staff than Rasul Douglas. Rasul Douglas.
Why is that?
Well, we went for it on 4th down. We kicked it away. And the first play after we failed the 4th down conversion was one up top. That was the score.
Yes.
That killed us, man. That changed the momentum of the game. Then you got Jim Schwartz running 0 safety.
That's his game, though.
Yeah, but
that's kind of what.
Had players for that.
Well, we can't do that. We can't.
Yeah.
I feel you.
Like the narrative is that Malcolm Jenkins can cover, right? Because he played in a corner before, and I'm like, okay.
It depends on who he covering.
Right, but at least play cover 1. you're not going to play cover 2, at least put somebody back there. It's 3 touchdowns. There was no safety in the middle of the field. McLeod just looked a mess. Jim Schwartz is still calling the same thing. Is 0 safety. What did he expect from Stephon Diggs?
Frank, you say you like Schwartz. What's going on?
I do like Schwartz. He presents problems. He presents a lot of stuff. But first off,
have the personnel right now.
As somebody that plays in the NFL at the corner position, if your team turns the ball over, you know that the opposing team is taking a shot. Like he should know. You give up the 10-yard comeback or whatever. Like I'll be late on that, but you're not catching his bomb because that's just football 101. You know what I mean? So he probably was like, all right, we're gonna just blitz them. This is gonna stop them from getting this shot because they can't take this shot if we blitzing them. But the corner didn't play over top, so
they can take that
they
shot.
can't take.
Oh, bad.
The defensive line wasn't doing shit, man. They had 1 sack or some shit like that. They weren't making no problems.
You got to come out of that. They got to come out of that if it's not working, and that's the problem with the NFL. They stick to whatever game plan they decided on a Monday or Tuesday. They don't give a fuck. They sticking to it, riding that bitch through, and that's part of the reason I don't like the NFL.
He got to make
adjustments.
He got to make adjustments. He's not. He don't have personnel to play that scheme he wants to.
The last game was the 49ers and the Rams. I am a Rams fan, and I actually picked the 49ers to win the game because I'm smart. The defense clobbered us. Like, it was so crazy. Like, it was embarrassing. I was just like, what the fuck is going on? Aaron Donald was still causing problems, but it just wasn't enough. The 49ers defense was just everywhere, giving them good field position, back in the court. They had Goff scary as shit. The new running back, I forgot his name, that's taking over for Gurley. He didn't do bad. He did pretty good until he fumbled, and then that just fucked everything up that I wanted to say positive about him. It's just a rough game. The 49ers are looking nice, man.
Yeah, I went to the game Monday night against the Browns, and I was so mad because it was a stinker. How the defense just made the Browns look so horrible. So I definitely got to give it up for the 49ers. Their defense is looking really good right now. And, of course, their offense, they solid as well, having a quarterback that was behind one of the GOATs. So they look real good right now for sure.
Yeah, I picked the Niners. I'm sorry. I feel like, Meek, you got to really start worrying about this Goff dude.
Man.
I am worried, Brent. I already told you that. I was worried last year when Gurley went out, but Goff held his own, and that's what made me feel good. The games that Gurley was out, he still held his own and still got us to the Super Bowl. So I was just like, you know what? He showed me that even in there's games where Gurley's not playing, he can come through with it. But it's just not happening right now.
This is what I think is happening. I feel like in the beginning, McVay, the coach, his offense is brand new. And it was covering for Goff. Goff could just do whatever because shit was just open. Shit was flowing. They had Gurley popping off runs. All that shit was flowing. Now, not saying that McVay is not calling the same shit or still a good offensive mind. It's just a human nature. People starting to be hip to some of his schemes and plans. And now he needs his players, which is Goff, to make some plays for him. And it ain't happening.
Yeah, and it ain't gonna happen if you got a D-line attacking you. If you got linebackers, Fast Quan was out there looking like a maniac. You know what I'm saying? It looked nice. The defense looks nice. Garoppolo's not making many mistakes, and he hit some crazy ass throws, like some shit that I just the touchdown that wasn't counted when the nigga went up and had the 1 foot in. I was like, Jesus, like it scared me because it kind of reminded me of some shit Tom Brady used to do to people. And I was just like, wow, like he don't do it as often, but whenever he needs a play, he get it done.
Sure.
He just getting it done.
They looking good. 49ers looking good, straight up.
Arguably the best defense in the league right now.
Yeah. All right, a look ahead. Now here is where we pick our teams, and we're going to start off with y'all two. Y'all got y'all pen and paper. Write down the winner of the Cowboys versus the Eagles, and I'm going to let y'all two go first, and you got to tell me why. Even if you're not picking your team, you got to tell me why you picked who you picked.
I'm picking the Cowboys. I'm not,
Let's see
it's
your
just
sign.
like how the Jets. It's a big game. You got to get up for it. That's what they did.
See your sign. Where your sign at? We need proof.
Cowboys. You see? I have the sun coming in here.
Oh, we got
Cowboys.
you. Cowboys. Look how little he was.
Confident.
Why are you picking your team? Y'all just lost 3 in a row.
Exactly.
Scoring touchdowns. Y'all getting garbage stats. What's up?
It's our offense, man. I don't know. I just think Dak needs to start running the ball a little more. He's sitting in that pocket too much. Use your feet, man. Don't be one-dimensional. You got to get out sometimes. And we got to give Zeke the ball a lot more.
Well, your offensive line is a little trash. They not really doing
a little bumped up.
Yeah, quarterback don't feel comfortable running when the O-line ain't blocking. And then the running Zeke, I don't know if you guys know this, but the team is now 2-9 whenever Zeke has 75 yards or less. So if it's more than 75 yards, y'all lose the game typically.
Yeah, that means we need to give him the ball a little bit more then. Shit. That's what that means.
Who you got winning the game and why? Let me see your sign.
Fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's how I'm rolling. And you know what? They could give him the ball 30 times. They gave him the ball 30 times last week. They're not going to win.
They're 35 in.
They're going to have to. He ran the ball 28 times last week, and they still lost.
Damn.
Dak won $40 million. When Dak won, I'm Soulja Boy. Drake. $40 million.
You're not worried about that secondary? I know you saw what happened with Stephon last week, and I know you've been watching your secondary continuing to allow teams to just bomb on y'all. Y'all are one of the worst ranked teams as far as defense and touchdowns and yards scored on you. Y'all just let Kirk Cousins blame y'all, and people was ready to kick him out the league.
That's Schwartz, man. I'm telling you, that's Schwartz. And that's Doug doing dumb shit. Doug should have threw a few flags last week because Trey Waynes don't even look for the ball. He's just
no, he doesn't.
He don't look for the ball. He don't turn around and look for the ball. Doug should have threw a couple. And matter of fact, who's up in the office? Who's up there saying those?
You got questions.
Got questions.
Who's up there, man? No, real rap. Who's up in the box that saw what we saw that said, "Oh no, Doug, let that fly"? Are you serious?
Right.
It was a bunch of bullshit that went down last week, but we still scored like 25 points without Deshaun Jackson. If he come back this week, and I think they said Jalen Mills coming back, which I don't think he's that real. He's not that much. To me, he all right. He good in the red zone. He's athletic. Him and Darby supposed to been practicing, but Mari Cooper hurt. Y'all in trouble, man.
Yeah, we'll see, man. I don't know. We're going to get up for that game, though. We got to. 3 in a row. Dak trying to get that bag. Ah, damn.
Brick got the Eagles. Why you going Eagles, Brick?
Man, I just don't believe in these Cowboys. And then the strength of their team, their offensive line is banged up.
Right.
So their offensive line is banged up. So I'm from what I'm seeing, the Cowboys had everybody fooled them first 3 weeks playing the Dolphins and the likes of the Redskins and teams like that. They started playing some better teams. Some shit starts showing up. And now with Cooper not playing, that kind of nullifies the secondary thing. Yeah, they still got some Gallup is pretty good. But their real threat is Cooper. And he ain't playing. And if Deshaun Jackson plays, then that's a real problem for the Cowboys because that's what I really feel like is holding the Eagles back. Because their receivers, they don't have a vertical threat outside of Deshaun. So it's like if he plays, then I feel like it could be an easy win for the Eagles.
Well, here's who I picked.
Okay, there we go.
I picked the Cowboys only because
Why is that?
Because I have zero trust in the Eagles secondary. They like zero. And this doesn't mean the Cowboys good. The Cowboys have been giving up at least 300 yards a game to all the teams that they have lost to. So this is not like I'm just so sure that the Cowboys are going to win. I'm just trying to take the negatives of Deshaun Jackson not playing. That's a big factor for the Eagles and why other things aren't working, because you need that
huge factor
for the other
on the ground though.
Huh?
I think we're gonna keep it on the ground this week.
Even if you keep it on the ground, you still need a deep ball threat to threaten niggas so they don't go to the box, so you can run the ball.
I mean, we'll see. We'll see. We've been scoring without one the past 4 weeks. We just make a lot of mistakes.
But you get scored on. That's the problem.
Yeah, clearly it is. But I mean, it's not going to change until somebody come back or the coach try to change up his little strategy or whatever.
His little strategy.
Yeah, because it ain't working. This shit. He ain't never really been he was the Lions coach before, right?
He's a coordinator. He's been a coordinator a lot. I think he
wasn't he the Lions coach for a few years too, right?
Yeah, but his defense was really good on the Bills when he was there.
1 year, it was like 14 or 15 or something. It was like number 3 or something, or the passing defense. But that was 1 year.
Yeah, I mean,
Next
game, Colts and Texans. Both of these teams handed the Chiefs 2 L's. They're in the same division. Deshaun Watson is looking like an MVP candidate quietly. What's his name?
Jacoby.
Jacoby is quite impressive as well. Came out of that Patriots organization. This is really going to come. This division right here, these are the top two teams in the division meeting up to play each other when they're both popping right now and doing great. Brent, I'm going to let you go first. Who are you picking, the Colts or the Texans? Okay, talk about it.
I'm picking Houston because I'm just going quarterbacks, and I'm taking Deshaun Watson over Jacoby. And I feel like the Texans got, weapons. They're doing a lot of good things. And if shit breaks down, Deshaun Watson can make plays for them. And that's why I'm going with the Texans.
DWright, what's up?
I'm going Texans too. Can y'all see it?
Yeah.
Texans. Yeah. The same thing. Deshaun Watson he's a bad boy, and he make plays. He get out that pocket, and he finding his weapons down the field. So I'm rolling with the Texans 100%.
Proof. Okay. Texans, what's up? Why are you picking the Texans?
His passer rating like 127. He out here frying every fucking body. Like, clearly.
It's easy. It's easy. It's easy to me as well. Yeah. I still feel like the game is not gonna be an easy win. I think that the Colts are a great contender. They got a great offensive line now. They're doing a lot of things well. They just don't appear to be as ready and as savvy as the Texans. And just like y'all said, anytime something breaks down, look who got the ball in his hand. Mm-hmm. He's making great decisions. He nifty. You see that spin into the touchdown he had? Like he out here doing stuff. So I got the Texans winning that game and probably winning the division. That's going to be a tough one in the division because they got to see each other twice. Next game, Ravens and Seahawks. The Seahawks falling only because of quarterback.
Wow.
However, the Ravens have a great quarterback who's doing well too. DWright, we're going to let you go first. What's up?
Seahawks.
Talk about it.
Man, it's hard to win in Seattle. I've been to a game there. You get a headache instantly when you walk in that thing. I don't know if them boys ready for that. You know what I mean? Going all the way out west. So I'm going to go with them. I like Russell Wilson a lot. I talked about him earlier. Same as like Watson. He uses his feet. He make great decisions. And, like I said, they got that home field advantage all the time with that 12 man.
Proof.
I'm going Ravens. The AFC teams be beating up on the NFC teams, and right now Lamar Jackson on fire. Right now. Oh. So is Russell Wilson though. He's easily candidate for MVP right now, but I'm taking Baltimore.
Taking Baltimore. Brent, who you got?
Oh, there you go, right there.
Okay. Seahawks, Brent. Why you got the Seahawks?
Straight Russell Wilson, bro. That's it. Russell Wilson is like, you can argue that Russell Wilson right now is the MVP of the league. Yeah. Like, and I gotta go with that. And even though Lamar Jackson he played well, he's been playing well this year. He's doing some cool things. He's still a little iffy sometimes, And I feel like if I'm gonna pick out of those two teams, I'm taking the team that quarterback can throw and run.
Yeah, me too. I'm taking the Seahawks. Obviously, Russell Wilson is the future. What the quarterback position should look like in the future of the NFL. Black, can run and throw the ball. I know y'all question his blackness. He a nigga. But he's corny. He's corny, that's all. But, you know, he's a superb athlete. He thinks quick on his feet, and their defense isn't nearly as good as it used to be. But the only reason that I feel like this game is going to be a little close. I mean, you remember they switched safety. You know, they got their safety now. They got their strength of their secondary. And I know it's personal for him to meet them again. I think it's going to be a good game. Somebody going to get CTE for sure. He's just going to be banging in this game. A lot of shit been talked.
CTE is happening.
A lot of shit right now, but I think the Seahawks are a better team overall. They've got the more experienced quarterback, the better coach. They're at home. Their fans love these type of games and usually help them fuck up the other team's cadence. You can't hear shit when you're trying to snap the ball. Like, they cause problems.
Right.
So they can win here. The Seahawks, the Ravens are on their way to something great if they can win in Seattle in October. Last game tonight. The Chiefs have fought 2 games, and now we see the Broncos 1-2 in a row. Obviously, 2 completely different teams. One is good, one is not. Everybody's calling an upset tonight. Is anybody else going with the upset line for the Broncos and the Chiefs?
No
way.
Why
you gotta get it right today?
Why you not going upset, Brent?
No, it's the No, bro, it's not happening. It's just not. They lost 2 in a row. Yeah, one of them was to a hot Texas team or whatever, but no, I just can't see them losing 3 in a row, especially not to the Broncos. That's it. That's just that's all I got for you. Well,
I'm just going to give y'all my sign. I'm going Chiefs. A lot of people feel like they should bench Mahomes tonight because he's still injured. He re-injured his ankle. He is on his plant foot. He's struggling to plant and throw the ball. Yeah. That's part of the reason. Do you guys think that he should be benched because it's a Thursday night game, it's the Broncos, and that will give him a little more time on the fake bye week to get a little healthier? Or do you think he should play in this game and dust the fuck out of these niggas? You got to get your win back. When you win, you feel good. Should they risk starting him, or should they bench him because it's just the Broncos? Proof.
If he can play, if it's not like an injury that's like, constantly bothering him, sure, he's going to want to play. He's young, that's what he loves to do. Right. But if he's if he's not going to be capable to play 80-90%, no, don't play, no. And if he don't play, all right, I'm picking them.
But
all right,
no, I think he's playing.
And I'm gonna put but right here too. But
yeah, that's a big but. That changes everything if he doesn't play.
Yeah, if he don't play, I'm picking but. You know what I'm saying? There you go. Because they're gonna be coming for whoever. If he don't play, they coming for whoever that is. Who they back up?
No.
Matt Moore.
That's the point.
Matt Moore.
Oh no, Matt Moore is a dope backup, Brett. You know that.
No, he is, but it still changes shit. It ain't Patrick Mahomes.
It's not Mahomes. It's not 50 TDs, Mahomes.
Right.
Yeah, it's not. So next topic is Q&A. I'm gonna question you guys real quick on some stuff. We're gonna hit these real quick. Q&A. Will the Chiefs hit the panic button if they lose to the Broncos? Brent Grimes.
No.
Why not?
Because they still have Patrick Mahomes.
DWright.
Yeah, same. I'm rolling with that. They got Mahomes.
Proof.
And I tell y'all,
say what's the panic button technically?
Right.
They will be tied in the division with the Raiders. They will not be the leading division leader of the division. So.
And they're
not now. No.
And their closest competition is the Raiders. No, they're not paying.
Right. That's why you like the Raiders.
So a miracle took place, and Jalen Ramsey's back is miraculously cured.
Yeah, that shit straight.
Contract. Everything is good. You know what I'm saying? Nigga straight. A lot of people are saying that they gave up 2 first-round draft picks and a 4th-round draft pick to get him. There's no guarantee that he will sign a long-term deal there. Do you think Jalen Ramsey signs a long-term deal with the Rams, or is this just a one-year rental? True.
Go ahead. I'm disgusted with the situation in its entirety. We should have gave him whatever they wanted. He would have slowed that defense up for about 7 to 8 more years.
He's
disgusted. He's hurt. He's hurt to his core right now.
DWright, what's up?
Yeah, I think once he get to LA, he gonna fall in love with it just like everybody else do.
He look like an LA nigga. You see the braids, the old dog braids and everything.
Feel me? Feel me? He gonna have this shit looking right. I think he's gonna be there for the remainder of his career for sure.
Deion Sanders brought up the state tax in California being outrageous, which they are, and that being why he would maybe not want to go there. The Oakland, aka Las Vegas Raiders, have a shit ton of money that they're gonna be trying to spend in the offseason, and they have no state tax, and it's gonna be in Vegas. The draw for me is that Jalen Ramsey wants to be a superstar. Where else would you want to go besides LA if you want to be a superstar? So I don't know why he would leave if LA is 53 niggas on their roster taking a pay cut because of the taxes. So somebody doing it.
All right.
He go to Vegas. If he go to Vegas, he going to jail. Stay out of Vegas. Stay away from Vegas, my man. There's plenty of places you can get paid. Stay away from Vegas, man.
I think he's staying in LA, bro. It don't get much better. They don't get much better in LA. It's a good team. I mean, they do got some shit they gotta figure out, but I feel like he's gonna stay in LA.
Peters, who I called this a year ago, I said to Ramsey to get rid of Peters. Brent, you was like, he's still all right, and you see what happened. They traded him to the Ravens. Brent, you witnessed me watching anguish and pain of him, having bad play after play. He usually redeems himself sometimes, but can he reinvent himself in Baltimore? Because right now he got a lot of stains on his resume as far as can he really cover? Is he really the guy everybody thought he was in Denver? Brent, you are a cornerback. What's up with your opinion on this?
No, I think he is what he is. Like he's like hot or cold. And the thing with the Ravens is they're just not normal for them is they don't have a really good pass rush right now. That's not like a strength of their team right now. And when he balled on the Chiefs, if they didn't have anything, they had people getting after the quarterback. And that's where he thrives, because he's taking chances, he's doing things like that. So without a pass rush, shit get real for him. So I don't know. I do like him as a player, but seeing him like one of the best in the league, I don't know if that's going to happen.
DWright, what you think about Peters?
I hope so, because I like him. I like, East Oakland. I like his whole attitude. So hopefully he can go there and do his thing. But it's going to be hard for him, without no front forward, rushing the quarterback and putting pressure on the quarterback for him to get interceptions. So hopefully he does.
Proof. I think they signed him because they don't have a pass rush, and they think they got a guy that can give the D-line a little bit more time to get a sack, and they might be in for a rude awakening. What do you think?
I mean, if they wasn't banged up, their pass rush would be pretty good. Their defense would be one of the best in the league, and you got to keep in mind they got Earl Thomas over the top. So
they absolutely have that.
He's 26 years old, man. He got He got over 60. He got like 25 interceptions, man. He only 26.
Nah, he's done. I like him.
Nice.
Numbers will lie to you.
He's not hurt. He's not, now he's going to a team that's playing well. His confidence probably going to go back up. We'll see. We'll see.
All right, last segment is I wanted you guys to list your top 5 teams right now. It doesn't matter, AFC, NFC. I want you guys to write it in order and put weeks. It's week 7, right, Brent? Right week.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, right week 7 at the top, and then list your top 5 teams in order so we can know what's really real.
Top 5.
Like unbiased top 5 or?
What you mean?
Oh, all right, my bad.
Stop playing with me.
I was 5 would have been EAGLE. Like that, you know what I'm saying? But if we gonna do that,
You are a fool, man.
let me see. Can't stand this stuff.
Damn.
Who wants to go first? Or y'all want me to go first?
I'll go.
Go, Brent. Let's see your list, beloved.
All right.
Patriots, Chiefs, 49ers, Packers, Vikings. My question is, why you put? Let me see the list again. Why are the Vikings in your top 5?
Because this is why. The Vikings is I was struggling on my fifth team.
You didn't even pick them to win last week, and now they're in your top 5.
That's because they're playing. Just listen to what I'm saying. You gotta listen before you start criticizing. Listen. So if you go back to one of your earlier podcasts that I did, I said I think the Vikings have one of the best rosters in the league.
You did.
I do think that. Now the reason I picked against them is because Kirk Cousins wasn't playing well. The receivers was bitching. So it's like that type of shit can bring it down. But it seems like 2 weeks in a row, their offense has been, people been getting the ball. The Diggs got off that last game. Shitless teams to be looking on the up and up. And I think if shit's on the up and up, they're a really good team. And that's why I put them in my top 5.
DWright, let me see your list, man. Because I don't, Brent tripping. He got a tricky list. Which one won? Seahawks, Saints number 1.
No, Saints is last.
49ers number 1.
49ers, Pats, Seattle, KC, Saints.
Why you have the 49ers number 1?
Because their defense is looking nice right now. Their offense is steady. But I just think, at the end of the day, defense wins championships. They got Sherm over there, got them young boys leading.
Brent, you believe defense wins championships?
No.
Yeah.
I don't. I believe it definitely plays a part, but I feel like scoring points wins championship.
The Giants got 2.
They got that.
On the Pats. The Giants got 2 on the Pats.
I feel you. But look at all the other Super Bowls.
Ooh.
Yeah, but Eli and them iced the Pats twice with defense.
DWright, let me see.
That's 2 out of how many Super Bowls is it, bro? It's probably like 4.
Yeah, but they undefeated against them in the Super Bowl. They beat the Pats twice. They were 17-0.
That's true.
Okay.
Baltimore, Tampa Bay, all those defenses of old was super nice.
Let me see this proof. Let me see this list so I can argue with you about it.
My arch enemy number 1.
Okay, Patriots, Chiefs, Seahawks, 49ers, Ravens. Ravens, why you got the Ravens in your top 5?
They on fire right now.
They on
Lamar
fire.
Jackson.
What their record is?
I like him. I like that kid.
That 5th pick is hard, bro. I'm telling you.
It is. The 5th pick is really hard. You can go Saints. I could have went Eagles.
You got to go Saints.
Look at my list.
If the Saints
too
right now.
Yes. They are balling without their starting quarterback, dog. Y'all crazy?
Yeah.
Respect. I got
and
respect.
their defense is fucking everybody up.
Yeah.
Like, come on. This is
Nobody worried about the Saints, bro. Nobody is.
But
somebody better be worried about it because they only got 1 loss.
They winning without Drew Brees, and he's supposed to come back in week 8? It's already week 7.
No, respect.
You know what I'm saying? And then they got the bye before he come back too.
Even if they lose the next 2 Jones, he come back and still in good shape.
Respect. I can't. I was trying to hate on the Saints earlier.
Special teams, defense, offense. Hey,
I ain't gonna lie. When Drew Brees went out, I was hating on the Saints, but I gotta give them the respect. They balled off of it.
Yeah.
I still don't got them in the best 5 teams in the league, but they're good. They're good. I gotta respect it. They're winning. I gotta respect what they're doing.
Yes, you do. That's it.
Not number 2 in the league, though.
Oh my God. That is the show, man. Did y'all enjoy it?
Yeah.
Yes.
I appreciate y'all. This was real fun. Proof, I got to have you on again. I don't have that many Eagles fans to represent, so I might call you again.
Thank you so much.
I appreciate you so much. Do you have any social media? Because my fans are going to want to argue with you online. So if you have Instagram, they're going to want to argue with everything you said. So write your Instagram down so they can at you when they talking shit about whenever y'all lose this game on Sunday.
There you go, right here.
See how let me see. At HunidProof.
Dope.
Wherever you looking for me, that's where I'm at. You just search that, and you're gonna see the beard the sooner.
All right. DWright, I want to thank you for joining me. You know, I had another Cowboys fan representing, but I have so many Cowboy fan friends, and you popped in on the low, came through. I appreciate you. Tell the folks where they can argue with you at.
No problem. DWright Uno Instagram, DWrightWay1 on Twitter.
On Twitter. Brent Grimes. You don't argue with anybody. You don't even comment back. You don't reply. You barely.
I do sometimes.
But thank you for bringing your insights to the podcast every week. I hope that one of these weeks you are not on this podcast and you sign with a team. Hey, y'all, Brent trying to retire on me. Tell him no.
Man, you got to keep going.
Tell him no.
Man, we're going to see.
No, we ain't having it. But I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. And I'll be
Thank you.
Thank you. Be cool, y'all.
All right. Peace.
Take it easy.
Another great episode of Football and Friends, or Friends in Football. Thank you guys so much, my guests that joined me. Thank you to my listeners. I may do another podcast while I'm still in LA to talk about some more sports stuff. I wanted to do a little bit more basketball content since the games will start Tuesday. Just depends on how much weed and alcohol I get in my system in the next couple of days. That will determine if I record again. But you guys just never know. But I appreciate you once again. My live show is next week in less than 10 days. If you're in Miami, go to iHeartMikoLive.com to purchase tickets. We're going to turn up and have the time of our life. Until next time, I will speak to you guys next week. Peace.
It's changing all the compartments. Switch lanes on niggas in charge. Switch chains on niggas went hard. I hang with niggas on the Dodgers. I hang with niggas that'll rob me. I came with hoes and they squab me. So you don't want no problems. You don't want no problems. You don't want